Hello, and welcome to this episode of LEARNOFLIX Podcast. Yes, we're doing it a little bit different today because, the year is just getting a lot busier and busier and busier. And so we didn't get enough time to pre-record this session for you. But because we are a people of consistency, a people of, value, we show up when we say we're going to show up, regardless of the situations, regardless of the setbacks here and there. So today we decided to say, you know what, let us go live and then let us have the session live. And this kind of, gives you an opportunity to ask questions, which I always love. That interaction. I always love that interaction, between the guests and the audience, asking live questions and getting live answers. So you are welcome to today's episode. So after this live session, we're going to upload the audio to the podcast channel so that you can always go back and listen again. Welcome again. I am the energetic EJ and I'm your host today on the LEARNOFLIX podcast. And yes, before you ask the question, like, okay, why are we not using LEARNOFLIX page for this? I'm borrowing my YouTube page for this for today because apparently if you're setting up, StreamYard, you need 24 hours if you've not done it on the particular account before. And so we haven't used the LAP YouTube channel for a live stream before. So by the time I set up the event today, I have to wait 24 hours. And I do not want to wait because I've already said we have to go live today. We've prepared, Coach David has prepared for this session. I'm like, you know what, rather than have that excuse because of that, let us just have the session. And I'm going to port the content afterwards from my YouTube channel to the LEARNOFLIX podcast. So no worries, but thank you for coming here. And now that you're here, I'm just going to do it. You know what we do at LEARNOFLIX, right? We sell ourselves, but we sell value. And I am the value. In case you don't know, let me tell you now, I am the value here. Okay, guys, you're welcome. I see you coming in. Let me see your comments. That's another the beauty of being here and doing this live. Let's see your comments. I want to see your comments in the comment section, and I'm going to be putting it up on the screen as well. All right. So I'm the energetic EJ. Now that you're here, just don't go like that. Subscribe to the channel and help a sister out. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I see that you're coming in. So just drop here your name, where you're connecting from. I see you, Omenako Patrick Ginika. I'm here. Thank you. Akinola Gbemisola says, I'm here. Good evening. Thank you. You are welcome. Yay. I see you, Ginika. I see you, Gbemisola Akinola. I see you, drugs and medicaments. Wow. Drugs and medicaments. What's your real name? I guess this is your business name or your YouTube name. What is your real name? Drugs and medicaments. What's medicaments though? I would like to find out what that is. Temi Angela. Hey, hi, Temi. Hi. Pearl TV. Mrs. Samuel is here as Pearl TV. Thank you so much for joining. Great, guys. Please share the link. Now that we're here, let us share the link and bring more people on board. You can invite your prospect now. Don't misuse any opportunity to invite your prospect, okay? Because whatever it is, Coach David is going to be sharing with us will be useful for everyone, okay? So you're welcome. All right, drugs and medicaments says, my name is Orena. Orena, it is you. Fantastic. Drugs and medicament. Good to see you here, sis. Thank you. Income Edge. Welcome. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Akinola says, connecting from Ilaro, Ogun State. Ooh, on the road though. Hoping network won't cut me off. I pray network won't cut you off. We're so glad to have you here. So please stick with us and be ready to ask your question when it is time after Coach David must have gone through his session. BMS Studio says, good evening. I love your DP, by the way. Are you a chicken rearer? Are you a poultry owner? I love the chicken on your DP. It's so colorful. Well, it's not a chicken, sorry, it's a cock, if I'm correct. I think it's a cock, right? It looks so colorful. Thank you for joining us. I am Benny Mula. Benny, are you Nigerian? That name, Mula. You never can tell these days. Maybe it's the short form of your full name. We don't know. But thank you for joining us. Where are you joining us from, Benny Mula? Catch Vibe TV. Ezra Uday is here. Ezra, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us. Whoa, are you serious? Look at that. Pearl TV is connecting all the way from sunny hot Adamawa State. Whoa. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much for joining us, Pearl. I hope you're representing. Are you a member of LAP, Pearl? If you are, I hope you're representing us in Adamawa. We're glad to have you here today on the show. BMS just says I'm a digital artist. Oh, it shows. It shows. Did you color this cock on your did you color this cock on your DP? Because it's so colorful. I don't think I've seen any cock that looks that colorful though. Green, tail, see the match, orange. It has just very colorful, red. I guess you designed it yourself. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Good to know that, and thanks for joining. Welcome, Para TV again. I'm joining from ABJBMS Studios. Okay, fantastic. How is Abuja today? How is the federal capital today? I hope it's doing all is well over there, and I hope the network is good. Ginika, you are in Dubai, really? Have we met before? Patrick, have we met before? If you're in Dubai, have we met before? If we haven't, you should join our next event so that we can meet, okay? Good to have you here. Catch Vibe TV says, connecting from Owerri, Imo State. Actually, on my way home, working on this. Oh my God, that's so sweet. So please, careful and watch the road. Please, we need you. We don't want anything happening to you, okay? So you can listen in, and when you get home, station your phone and watch us clearly, and then pay attention so that you're able to ask your question when the time is right, okay? Patrick, we have not met. Why haven't we met? Why? Ensure that we do, okay? Ensure that we do. Maybe before the end of this what's it called now, this quarter, end of March, let's meet. If not, then let's meet next quarter. I know we're going to have a mega event. LAP is going to have a mega event soon in Dubai. I know that for sure. So keep an eye out for that information. We'd like to have you on board as well. Michelle says, I'm connecting from Gusau. Wow. Gusau. Where is that? Is that Abuja or where? I don't know geography. I'm sorry. You're welcome, Vera. Good to have Vera. Vera, you are the LinkedIn influencer. I see you, sis, always showing up, serving them hot. Thank you for being here. Edo State, no wonder now. Coach Ine Joseph don't pinch you, eh? He don't inject you, eh? You're showing up every day. Good to have you here on the show. I wish I met. Yes, you should. We should meet. I mean, if you are in Dubai, are you sure you're in Dubai or you are in the other Emirates? Are you in Dubai or you're in Sharjah or you're in Ajman or Rak or Quain? Where are you? Or Abu Dhabi? Where are you? If you're in Dubai, then let's meet. We can always meet at any of the malls. Dira City Center, Burj Khalifa, Mall of the Emirates, Wafi Mall, whichever one is closest to us, we can always do that, okay? Connecting from Delta State, Perry says, please guys, let's share this link. I'm waiting for you to share the link so that we can be more in the class before I bring my guest though, because my guest is a VIP. We don't want him coming to be speaking to only 9 people. What's that? We need at least 20 people here so that when it comes, we know, okay, he's coming with full force. Okay, so please share this link, share this YouTube link now to your status, to the groups, and tell them we are live so that they can join us here. All right, Godwin Benjamin says, from Uyo Akwa Ibom. Hey, I know service. I wish I sabi speak this Akwa Ibom language safe. And I sabi people there. I have friends, friends over there. But how are you today? I hope Akwa Ibom is doing you good. I hope the weather is fine over there. Oh, Patrick says, I'm new in this LAP. Okay, you are new. You are welcome. I hope you are soaking in all the wisdom that is dropping for you on the group, and I hope you're on the current 30 days challenge. No, not 30 days, actually 9 months, right? Challenge. I hope you are there on it, and getting all the value that is being dished out. So just at the end of the day, it is what you do with what you hear that makes the difference. And I know that's different for all of us at different levels, but please do put in the work as much as you can, because that's the only way that you're going to get the results that you desire. All right. Yes, 7 months. Ebube Chukwuamaka, thank you for letting me know that, correcting me with that. Thank you. Okay, fantastic. Now that we've known each other, please share the link, because I'm about to bring up our guest for the day, Coach David Ahiome, and it's going to be talking to you about how to become in depth how to build an in-depth, skill set, how to build depth for your skill set. Because a lot of us, we've come into LAP, or maybe even before coming into LAP, we have some sort of skill, but we have not paid so much attention and focus on a few. We want to see, LAP is teaching about 14 skills. It's good to know all the 14 skills, but you cannot be good at all the 14 skills at the same time. You can't. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible for you to be good at all at the same time. Emphasis on the same time. So it means that per time, per season, you can pick one, two, three that are maybe related, focus on them, go in depth in them, be very good at them, such that they are giving you consistent results. Then you can switch to others. Okay? Of all the 14, if you choose two and sit on it for 6 months and you become the best at it, the result you will get to be better than having 10% knowledge of all 14. It won't do you any good. It will be as good as you don't even have any skills, because you'll just be confused. But pick out of those 14 skills, pick the one that resonates with you, pick the one that resonates with your personality, pick the ones that resonate with your season at the time. Right? We talk about copywriting. Copywriting is an amazing, like, it's one of the skills that you need in all spheres. So even if it's only copywriting that you sit with, but copywriting, the more you do it, the better you get at it. But sometimes it's tiring if you have to just use that copywriting for only your own product or only your own affiliate product. No, reach out to businesses, reach out to small SMEs around you, help them write a copy. The more you do this and the vast you get, let me not even take the class. This is not my session. It is David Ahiome's session. But I just want to prepare the floor for him before I bring him on board, okay? So please share this link now and let people come on board and let's have a good time, okay? And I will bring up my guest in another 30 seconds. So I'll just go on a short break. And the next face you see is that of myself and my guest. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and my guest is here. Okay, hi, how are you, Coach David?
Hello.
Hi, good to have you here. Finally, we
Yeah,
get to do this. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Finally, after all the pushbacks
As
and
in,
delays.
see, that village people that want to stop you from teaching us what you know, thunder fire them. They're not rich.
They don't reach you. They don't
They're not
reach.
rich. That thing that you carry that you want to drop for us, we will collect it, we will receive it. We will take what
Yeah.
is ours from it and we'll run with it and we'll get the result that we want. So thank you for being here today. Um I know I didn't even
Of
ask, I
course.
didn't get your profile before now. So before we go into the gist of the day, just tell us a little bit, just in case if somebody is
Absolutely.
here, because I know that the LAP members know who you are, but just in case somebody is watching who is not yet an LAP member, can you just have a little introduction of who you are, what you do, so that they can get to meet you?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is David Ahiome, popularly called the seven-figure athlete coach. That has now gone on to eight-figure athlete coach. All right.
Coach David, I think you're having a network issue. Please help us check your network. Your screen has gone blank. Blank, 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 blank. Guys, can you hear him or hear me? Okay, so I think he had a network challenge. Okay, so it's not from me. I was wondering. Okay, I'm going to bring him back up on stage. I think this is a network issue. Network, behave yourself, okay? We don't need you disrupting our class, okay? All right, Coach D, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I think there's a delay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, but I think there's a delay, but no problem. Just go for it. Introduce yourself. Your network is most likely um fluctuating because your video is frozen right now.
Oh my God. Moving. What about now?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Wow. Can I go on?
Yes, please.
All right, fine. So I was saying that my name is David Ahiome. Some of you already know that. And just in case you don't know, ah, should I call the MTN? Oh, I said MTN. Yeah. Should I call the network I'm using?
I think you need to call them. Oh, okay, guys. I'm so sorry about that. This is network issues. This is another reason. This is so, as a content creator and especially as a podcaster, right? These are some of the issues that you have, especially if you're running the interview style. These are some of the things that you need to put into consideration. Network issues, because at the end of the day, even if we were recording this and this network issue is still going on, it should have still posed a problem, because we won't be able to have a clean recording because the network is bad, right? And I remember just reading a post by one of my students and community member in the Profiting Podcasters Hub. And she's been on this journey for over 60 days now, putting out a written text around podcasting for 60 good days. Like, I'm so amazed. I'm so inspired by her. And today's content, she shared about, when life deals with you, when life tries to play a fast one on you, like right now, internet is doing this thing, is looking like, oh my God, what's going on? This, you won't even understand the struggle it has been for me to be able to do this recording or to have this session with David. And that's why I was saying earlier that it's like there are some village people that don't want us to have this session. They don't want him to share what he has with us, because this is like the fourth or fifth attempt that we are making at having this session, and now network is trying to show itself. Do you understand? But when life throw these things at you, these curveballs, how do you deal with it? For us, we still show up anyway, even if it means that, okay, this network today now decides to say it will not still allow us to do what we have to do, it's okay to reschedule. It's okay to say, you see, the network is misbehaving right now. We're unable to have a smooth run of this event or of this show. We're going to be back next week with the same show, or we're going to have the recordings sent over to do the recordings, find a way to do the recording and upload it on the platform. So this is me just plugging it here, that sometimes we go through these challenges, these things that will come up to sort of discourage you from doing that thing that you should do. Maybe you've been writing content and you wrote a content that you feel like this content is a wow, and then no response, no comments, no like. You sat down, before I say rat, you wrote a whole epistle, a good copy, a copy that even you felt it, and then you share it online and nobody looks at it. Whether it's the algorithm that is trying to deal with you, or village people that are trying to deal, but something just happens and it feels like nobody sees you. That could be discouraging. So, what my word for you today is, when things like that happen, that should even fuel your passion the more, to say, okay, for all these things to be put to be coming up like this, it means that there's something here for me. And that thing that is here, I'm going to get it, I'm going to find it, I'm going to get it. Okay. So do not be discouraged. We're going to try one more time for Coach David to come on board. And if the network for any reason decides to see misbehave and show itself, we will show the network that, hey, you ain't got nothing on us. This session, you must have it. Whatever Coach David has prepared for us to share, we must have it. This depth in our skill set, we must build it, and nothing is going to stop it, not even network. All right. Welcome again to everybody who's just joining. I see you, Agnes Omolola, connecting from Lagos. Thank you for joining. All right. I'll bring back our guest on board now. And today we're talking about growing depth in your skill set. How do you grow depth in your skill set? That is what Coach David is going to be taking us on today. Okay, Coach David, welcome back. How is it going?
Finally, I'm back again.
It's like this network is better. Even your picture is finer now.
Oh, really?
All right, please introduce yourself and take it away.
All right. So I was saying that my name is David Ahiome, as some of you may already know, and I started this journey back in 2020. That was around November when I just wanted to make a few bucks because I was in a very dark place in my life. I needed money like urgently, and so I just wanted to sell a few courses and make money. And to my greatest shock, after a few attempts, I didn't make any money. I think about 2 months, almost 2 months in LEARNOFLIX, I could not make any money. I was stuck. I was at the verge of quitting when I began to, began to probe. There's something about me that I have this motto, this mantra I live by, and is uh, there is always a way. You never give up. There is always a way. All right. And it comes by asking this question: what else can I do? What else can I do? So when I'm stuck, when I'm trying too many things that I'm not getting results, I ask myself, what else can I do? And that what else can I do led me to discovering how to get $350 to run YouTube ads for a month. And I tried it, it worked. I packaged it into a solution and I showed it to the entire community. They use it, they got results, and that was the beginning of my breakthrough. And since then, I've gone on to do over 18.4 million and counting from just wanting to do 4 million the entire year in 2020 I ended up doing 18.4 million and also helping other people this year to do at least a million naira online by just leveraging on these skills that have helped me to get me out of poverty to a life of fulfillment. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. That is amazing. That's really something to look out for. Like, okay, this thing, there are ways to do it to make it
Yeah.
work. And when you put in the work, it will work. Hey, see me rhyme, where is my producer? Let us go to the studio. Kilo rap.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. So tell us let's just take it as if everybody here is fresh on the block on this
Okay.
online space. What are skill sets and why are they important?
All right. So skill sets are um, they are your capabilities, your abilities, the things you can do. All right. The things that they wake you up from sleep and say, um, energetic AJ, can you help us do a 3 minute voiceover on the importance of skill sets in Nigeria? And you don't need to go and take some egg or some, do some practice. It's already part of you. All right. And how did it come about? It came about, which I'm going to be telling you how to build. All right. We're going to look at how to build all of that. However, it's part of you because you honed it over time. All right. So skill sets are things that you've acquired either by practice, all right, by association or by different methods or different ways. But skill sets are things you can do uniquely. All right. Oh, now let me add this. They're not just things that you can do, they're things that you can do uniquely. Like you bring your own personality to it, your own uniqueness to it. All right. Like the way Sam Harvard will present is not the same way I will present, even though it's the same skill set, right? So I bring my uniqueness to it. I bring my own personality to it. So that's what makes it unique. But skill sets are basically your capabilities, your abilities, your latent capacities, the things that you can do much better than nobody else.
I love that. I love bringing in the uniqueness part of it because a lot of people worry about that and say, everybody is doing this thing now. Everybody is now starting a podcast. So what?
Yeah.
Is
Hmm.
everybody going to do it the same way you will do it? As is everybody going to tell the same story you are going to tell? Is
Oh no.
everybody, or does everybody have the same kind of, whether it's energy or paparazzi or
Oh
attitude
yeah.
you have? Not everybody. And that's you bringing in your own, uniqueness into that
Yeah.
skill. Yes, there's
Yeah.
a skill, presentation skill, but the like you said, the way I'll present is not the same way. It's not the same way somebody else will. And that's what makes it unique. And that's what even makes it the fact that everybody can do it. Just
Yes.
bring in your own uniqueness to it. And I love that. Thank you for pointing that out. So, guys, know that even if everybody is a copywriter, you too, you can become a copywriter, because the
Yeah.
way that you will write will
Hmm.
definitely, if you infuse your personality into it, it will definitely
Yes.
stand out
Amazing.
from the way
Yeah.
any other person writes. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, now that
Yeah.
we have an idea of what skill set are, and I love the way you coined the topic of the day, that building depth, because it means that you can have a skill set and be shallow in it
Hmm.
and just maybe know the introductory level.
Yeah. Let,
And
let, let,
that
let,
could
let,
be
let me tell you a story, all right? Sorry, I cut
okay.
you
Please
short.
go on.
Let me tell you a story. Why I chose this topic was because back in November 2020, I ran a campaign on how to never go a day without making a sale. All right. And I needed that campaign more than the people I was selling it to because I needed to make sales myself. Do you get the point? So what I did in that campaign was I went to a supermarket, like a busy place where there's a supermarket, and did a random video about a woman who has a shop and all of that. And it worked. It worked because it brought in leads from Instagram to a landing page, like a sales page, that already closed them. But because I didn't know much about all these things, I thought that sales page was to pre-sell them, then now bring them to my WhatsApp for another training. Oh my goodness. So they came to my WhatsApp after going through the pre-sale. That page already sold them, oh, but because I knew little or nothing as to what I was doing, I had to send them to another WhatsApp for a training. After doing over 2 hours of serious value, on WhatsApp, I now made an offer of 5K to be the funnel for them. 5K funnel, 5K funnel. Imagine. I beg, let me just do this for you. I think only one or two people paid with a beg.
Ah, hey,
This
whoa,
was
bad
November
market.
2020. I can remember that particular event. And
Wow.
fast track to 2022, I mean, to a few months later, I charged between 250, 300, 500K for a funnel. What happened within that period is depth. And that's what I want to talk about today.
Whoa, look at that. See, storytelling. So good, so good. Guys, are you here? Please, the reason or one of the reasons that we chose to go live is so that we can interact though. Because if we
Yeah,
were in the studio recording, we'll just keep talking and talking. But right now, you are here. Make use of it, right? Ask, maybe not ask. Maybe if you can ask questions, right? I'll check it later on, but engage, right? But man, I love it. I love it. What happened between then? You already have a solution, but because you didn't have depth, you could not suck out everything that solution that you have could present to you. Can you
yeah.
imagine begging for 5K for now? Nobody still bought.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm
And
telling
now
you.
you're charging 250, 300, up to 500K. And I'm sure
Yeah,
those people will still be like, please now, just do it for us
yeah,
now. Eh?
yeah.
Now. Hey, please tell us, how do we build that same depth in our skill
Oh
set?
yeah. So this is it.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I love talking about this because whether I like it or not, it happened. This is my story. And when I was talking about uniqueness and all of that, for a long time I had this imposter syndrome where I felt everybody's saying everything. Like everybody has said everything. What am I bringing to the table? I didn't start a YouTube channel because I felt the market is already saturated. That what I was going to talk about, my niche, the internet is inundated with all kinds of content around what I want to talk about. So I just felt there was nothing unique I was bringing to the table until I realized that my voice is different from the other person. Do you understand? My voice is different. I'm speaking from a place of experience. I'm speaking in a place of knowledge. I'm speaking from a place of background that it's completely different from the average person. So when I started, all right, okay, so the first thing, let me just outline, I'm going to outline what they are. The first thing is to kill laziness. All right, is to kill laziness. If you want to build depth in your skill set, you need to kill laziness. And I'll tell you why I said you should kill laziness. Now, when I started back in 2020, no, when I started leadership back in 2020, all right, I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to make 4 million naira the entire year. That was all I wanted to do because I was coming from a place of debt, like I was in serious debt. However, I also knew that if I was going to make this happen, I needed to go the extra mile. I needed to go beyond just the ordinary. All right, it's very easy to just, okay, you pick up something, you join LEARNOFLIX today, all right, and you're already coming on with this preconceived idea or notion that you can start making money immediately. So you forget that it takes time to build a skill, and you don't just jump it, all right. And after a few minutes or hours of boring lecture, you're like, ah, you are done for. You start weeping and crying. I want my money back. I want my money back. At that point in time, you need to realize that the only thing stopping you from becoming that person who is highly skilled and the same person who is probably asking for urgent 2K is your ability to kill that laziness that is stopping you from wanting to go ahead, to go forward. Do you understand? Everybody experiences it, laziness, at every point or the other. Sometimes you just want to stay in bed and just sleep and lounge all day. True or false? How many people can relate? There's some days I wake up, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything. Let me tell you guys an interesting how I left the bank. It's not, I don't know if maybe I should share this, but it's not so nice. But I'm just going to share it. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't share. Maybe I shouldn't share. It may not work in this context. Okay. But my point is, we all experience it. We all feel that that urge to just lounge all day. See, it is when you don't feel like doing it that you should do it. It is when you don't feel like watching that video. It's not when you don't feel like practicing what you learned, making that call, reaching out. That is when you should do it because the moment you can overcome that inertia, that feeling, guess what? You have built the mental muscle to do it 1,000 times over. Am I communicating? Do you understand? So the first thing you need to do is to kill laziness. Laziness is going to come it's not going to come like a thief in the night. It's going to come with a very big blanket to cover you, especially when it's raining. All right, just stay in there. But you need to realize that you are racing against time, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. That's the first thing. You need to kill laziness. All right. The second thing is you need to build urgency. As you're killing laziness, you need to build urgency. Now, what is urgency? You have a deadline. You give yourself a deadline. Any person who joins my team, I jump on a 15 to 20 minutes call with them and I tell you what is your income goal and in what time frame do you want to achieve it. It's very important you realize that you have a target. It's not business as usual anymore. You have a target. What is your income goal? When I started back in 2020, guess what I did? In order to build urgency, I would have to leave my house. I was staying in a flat of 7 guys where food was always a problem. All right, who go cook? You go cook. You go cook. You know, I will leave that place and go and stay in church from Monday to Saturday. No bath. I won't have my bath. I'll be there. What was I doing? I was studying. I was going through the same materials that some of you have access to today. I will be there from Monday to Saturday, 24 hours, same cloth, just brushing my teeth and eating. How many people can do that? That is the height of insanity. Maybe not the height of it, but it's a form of insanity. The average person will not be able to do that. Now, the reason was I had a target I wanted to reach. My goal was to do 4 million the entire year. But because I built urgency by putting myself under intense pressure, guess what happened? In 4 months, my entire income goal was achieved. I wanted to do 4 million the entire year. Guess how long I did it? In 4 months. By building urgency. I put myself under pressure. But you come in today, you join LEARNOFLIX, and because you feel, well, the world owes me everything now. I have an entitlement mentality. They should be licking my feet and rubbing my bum bum. So, well, I'll take my time. Well, I don't know what's going on in your life right now. Probably you don't have debts to pay. Probably you don't have mouths to feed, or you don't have rent to pay, or don't have bills to pay. But if you know that you're coming from a place where, if I don't do this thing now, hey, I'll be in trouble, then you will need to realize that urgency is necessary for you to build depth. All right, urgency. And the third thing, should I go on, or you want to ask questions? Should I go on? All right. The third thing is you need to find motivation. All right, in continuing learning the skills. Like I said, a time will come when you won't feel like doing it. All right, motivation is not something that falls on you every morning when you wake up like a morning dew. Like, oh God, I'm feeling it. Oh, it's rocking my body. No way. Let me tell you how motivation comes. Motivation comes from doing one thing repeatedly over time. If you are packing shit in Lagos street market, when you start packing shit, you do not feel like you're packing. You will hate the job because it's smelly. But guess what? You start making money for me and doing over and over and over and over again. You fall to packing shit. In fact, you'll be dreaming about packing shit. You will see yourself in your dream packing shit. Why? Because you have committed yourself to what? To doing it repeatedly over and over, even when you don't feel like doing it. So you need to find motivation. Motivation to wake up at night and pick up that course and go through it. Motivation to create your, what's it called? To create the broadcast list that you were taught on 2MI48 and send the message to people. Motivation to follow up. Recently, since this challenge started, we discovered that many people who are coming on board don't have money. Like the leads we're targeting, probably maybe they were, I don't know, they probably didn't have money. So we had to devise a way on jumping on a call with every person who finishes who watches the webinar to the end. So remember, the person says, I am done. It's like, awesome. Can I call you? Can we jump on the call? Do you know how tiring that is? I have to talk sometimes for 15, 20, 30 minutes with this person on the call. See, truth be told, most times I don't feel like it. But because I have gotten to a point where I know that at the end of this call, money is going to drop, I have to find the motivation to do it. So you need to realize that in order for you to build depth and skill, you will need to find the motivation in going through your course materials, the trainings, the videos, even when you don't feel like it. Now, the fourth thing is to take massive action. And this is where a lot of people don't usually drop. So you start something today, you get so excited, you pay, and hey. All right, you're learning how to build funnels, and you get stuck on the way, or let's say you just started, you're going through your course materials, and you're watching like a movie. You know, you watch a movie and you cross your leg, one hand is like this, you're sleeping, you're watching it, you're just smiling, you're taking ice cream. That is not taking massive action. Taking massive action is you watch this thing now. You do not sleep. You do not close the book until you must have gone to do it. Guess what happens when you do it? Which is my fourth point. You're going to know what happens when you do it. But you must have you have gone to do it, and guess what? You have built an experiential knowledge from taking action. It no longer it's not it has gone from just being a head knowledge to something you knew or something you know in the head to what you can now do. That's how skill set is built. It's by doing. You learn something, you go and do it. You own the experience. You own the experience. You're no longer talking somebody else's story now. You're telling your own story. I used to leverage other people's story. When I was in network marketing space for over 3 years, all I could tell was my mentor story. How this man started in 2007. I could not tell my own story because I had no results to show for it. Guess what happened? When I started taking massive action, when I started putting myself under intense pressure, when I started building urgency and killing laziness, guess what? The results began to come. Now, initially they came in trickles. All right, they're coming in trickles, like droplets. It didn't seem like anything was happening. At some point, I was like, what is this? But from begging someone to pay me 5K to do the funnel to charging somebody 50K per session on a day just to consult with the person. Do you know what that means? It took a lot for me to get there. But it did not happen overnight. It came by taking massive action. All right. And of course, the fifth point is to practice. Practice, 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 practice. We all cannot overemphasize the importance of practice. The minimum we should practice per day, if you're a serious person, is 3 hours. If you practice 3 hours, it will take you years. Now there's this rule by Malcolm Gladwell in his book called The Story Outliers, The Story of Success. All right, the 10,000 rule. For you to master a skill, you need to have spent at least 10,000 hours on it. If you do your math, you will need 24 hours, continue 24 hours from now to maybe 1 year, 4 months before you can master it. But all of us know that you can't spend 24 hours now for the next 2 years, 1 year or 2 years. You just collapse. But the 1 hour, the 3 hours, the 4 hours, the 5 hours that you put in every day is what will add up over time. If you go to my bathroom, the tap drops like this, like tiny, tiny drops. All right, it drops every minute. I will use water and bath. When I go back in the morning, it is filled up already. I'm like, how did this thing went from tiny drops to, imagine if I have to sit down there and wait for it to full. I will just grow tired. But because it keeps pouring in consistently every second, guess what? Those tiny drops will add up to fill the bucket. It is not the 5 hours you put in after 3 weeks that counts, or the 10 hours. And that's what made me graduate to the tutu, because I didn't used to read in school. Let me tell you, I used to pass my exams. I and my friends will play video game from day one to when we just see timetable, bam, oh yeah, bye bye, bye bye, we just everybody will just take corner. We
You
start
now do
reading.
giggle out, giggle in.
You
Giggle out, giggle
understand?
in. Just cram everything. Once you finish the exam like this, you can't answer any question. They're not born you well. You like, what
I'm
did you
telling
write now?
you,
Now you've forgotten it.
your head will be smoking hot, fire on your head. All right. That's why I passed, because nothing concern me. But imagine if I had cultivated a habit of reading, even if it's 1 hour per day. Guess what? I would not need to be running all over the place, helter skelter, when it's time for exams. I would have built the mental muscle. I'd have built the skill set. It's the same thing with building depth in your skill set. You need to practice, otherwise, you will lose it. I'm telling you, you will lose it. You just discover that I can't write copy anymore. I can't write headline anymore. What are the four? What's the meaning of A? AIDA, attention, interest. I've forgotten the D. Oh. Hey, what is ASF? You just discover you can't remember anymore. Why? You have stopped practicing. You thought you have arrived. Even me, I go back to those courses on LEARNOFLIX every now and then. Some of the courses I took back in 2019, I still go back to them because I've forgotten. Recently, I started taking closing course, how to close. Because I discovered that I have to start closing people one on one. So you need to practice. All right. And so basically, like I said, the first thing you need in building depth in your skill is to kill laziness. All right. And the second is to what? Is to build urgency. Nobody's going to build urgency for you. You have to put yourself under pressure, at least for the time being, so that you can quickly master it. Number three is to find motivation. Even when you don't feel like it, even when it's not doing your stomach like jolly jolly, go and do it. Go and watch that video. Go and just put in the work. And of course, number four is to take massive action. Massive action is not doing your barest minimum. It's not trying, it's going the extra mile where there's no traffic jam. Are you getting my point? Is going the extra mile. So taking massive action is all right. I'm supposed to write 10 copies. What can I do 20 or 30 or 50? It's not sweet in interim, but guess what? You are building the mental muscle, you are building the skill set that can serve you for a lifetime. And of course, practice, practice, practice. Now let me say this in closing. All right. If you commit, all right, to building your skill set in the short term, all right, if you commit to practicing, if you commit to honing your skill set in the short term, you will build an asset of yourself, all right, in the shortest possible term that will last you for a lifetime. Let me say that again. If you commit to building your skill set every day, you will build an asset of yourself in the shortest possible time that will last you for a lifetime. Thank you very much.
Wow, amazing, 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 amazing. Really, this is a masterclass on its own. And I really do hope that all of you, at least I know we went up, down 15, 16, came back to 13, now we are 10. I hope that those of you who are still here have picked something. And to show me that you have, can you just, which of these 5 points spoke to you the most? As well, if you have a question, please put it down now because we're about to shut this down. We're about to close now. So, right, let me know which of the 5 points spoke to you the most and that you're going to start working on right now. And if you have a question, please ask. Please ask. I think for me, it's just that taking massive action as you are learning, like as you are learning the thing, be taking action. Don't wait, and don't trust this
Yeah,
mind for something else to just come and take away your thoughts, take
true.
away your focus. But in that moment where you are learning it, if you can practice it, it stays with you longer than if you just read it or just watch it. But if you do
Yeah.
something about it, then it will help you. Okay. So for me, I'm taking massive action going forward. What are you doing going forward? Which of the points spoke to you the most? Akinola says kill laziness. Harold Comfort says kill laziness. Absolutely, we have to. We don't have a choice. And I love the last word he said when he was rounding up that, see, if you commit to it in the short term now, put in everything, give yourself 1 year. I've spoken. If you've not watched our past episode on LEARNOFLIX podcast, please go and watch them. With episode 1 and 2, 2 and 3 actually, with Coach Ine Joseph, with Coach Kenny. It took them 1 year, just 1 year, to put in everything, and look at the result they are getting. Like, that's it also spoke to me like, hey girl, you can't just be doing things at the surface level. You have to go deeper. If you want to get the real result, you have to go deeper. You have to go deeper. All right. Folusho Ahiome. Oh, is this Coach David's sister or says kill laziness? Absolutely. Sarah says take massive action. Yes, so Sarah, we have to. We have to. Pearl TV says urgency. We don't get no time. Really. Can you imagine? And that's what, if you have been a part of, if you watch one of Sam Harvard's teachings recently, when he was talking about the moon, I think it was at the beginning of this challenge, when he was talking about the sun goal and the moon goal. Like, set your sun goal and have your
Mhm.
moon go, like, okay, last, if I don't do anything, I must hit this. But the bigger one, set it. But the point is, if you push yourself under that pressure and you aim for the stars, right? If you don't hit it, at least from the moon, I don't know if you're his father now. If you don't hit one, you will hit the other. But the
Yeah.
point is, if you don't put any benchmark in place that this is where you are going, this is where you won't even, you won't have anything to look up to. You won't have anything to push you. You won't have anything to motivate you. And I love it. He said 4 million this whole year. And at the end of the year, he did 18.2 million. That's times what? Almost times
Times four.
five, times four
Yeah,
points,
almost
times
times
four
five.
point something. Hey
Yeah.
God, we have
Yeah.
work to do, guys. And this is real. This is real. And this is real. Okay. Pearl says taking massive action, urgency. Eminent Augusta says, thank you, Coach Ija. Oh, thank you, Eminent. Thank you so much for being here. Pearl says, for me, it's mainly taking massive action going forward. Absolutely. I'm with you on that one. Eminence is raising against time. Yes, so I love that. You caught it. Well done. You're a good listener. Say, because you are racing against time. So it's not even about the next person. It's not about
Mhm.
your friend or your neighbor. No, you know that you don't have time. Like, time no they wait for anybody. That 5 hours will still go, whether you use it to build depth in your skills or not. So why not use it to build depth in your skills? All right. Taking massive action, Akionla says. Harold says taking massive action. Okay, fantastic. Do we have any question for Coach David today? Because he's ready to answer your questions. From even the stories he shared, I mean, you can already see that he has mastered this thing. See his storytelling, woven into it. See, you know when you're talking,
Everywhere.
everything already enter inside themselves. You know when you're talking about, you
I'm waiting for my
spending.
boss himself.
When you talk about spending hours in the church just learning, it just reminds me of
Yeah.
Apostle Paul. And that's why
Yeah.
he was the greatest apostle of all in the New Testament.
Yeah.
Because after he had that encounter with Jesus, he went to study for 3.5 years. My God. So he felt like he even knew Jesus more than the people that spent their life with Jesus when he was alive, because he took time to study. So like that was really really a powerful storytelling there. Thank you for sharing. Yes, if you commit to building your skill set over time, it will serve you for a lifetime. See, if you commit to building your skill set over a short period, commit
Yeah.
to it,
Then you
it will
condense
serve
it.
you.
You condense
Condense
it.
it, yes. Like put in the work, and it not go
Yeah.
easy, not be lie. It not go
Yeah.
easy, not go sweet. It not go torture you for body. So they sleep 2 hours a day for next 6 months. Just sleep 2 hours. Just
Yeah.
make I just close my eyes. But make it not be like say I no sleep at all. Right? Sleep, but then you wake up and get back on track. I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done, but it is possible. That's the thing. Because we've
Yeah.
seen people
It's
like David
possible.
done it. We've seen people like Sam Harvard done it. We've seen people like Ine Joseph done it. We've seen people like Coach Kenny done it. So we know that it is possible. We just need to put ourselves under that healthy pressure to get the
Yeah.
results that we want, not unnecessary pressure, not the pressure
Yeah.
of, this person is doing it, let me go and do it. No, know your
Nope.
own
Nope.
why.
Yeah.
Give yourself your own why. Why do I
Mm-hmm.
want to get this? Why do I need to get this? Give yourself a why. If you don't have one now, find it. There must be one. There must be one. Really. You must get a strong why. Ah, there's work to be done, guys, and we need to do it. And Coach David has just shared these 5 things. If you even run, this is what if you run with these 5 things, give yourself the next quarter. Say, you know what? I know this first quarter is almost gone. I will keep looking at these 5 points continuously till the end of this month, March. Then I'll give myself April, May, June, Q2 to really take massive action on this 5 step. And I want to see results. Give yourself a benchmark. Tell yourself in the next Q2, I want to make so amount, something you've not made before, and now
Yeah.
commit to these 5 things, to do these 5 things, and come back and tell us if you have your results or not. Okay, I feel like nobody has any question here. I'm going to say, coach David, if you have one last word to say to anybody who is watching this right now and who is going to watch this later on, to say that some people are like, oh, I don't even know, okay, how do I know which skill set to even focus on that much? What would you have to say to them? Because it's a different thing to try to say, okay, maybe I've seen Coach David now, I think he's good at closing sales. Should I go and focus on how to close sales too? Right? But how do we pick the skills that we should focus on per time?
Okay. So how did I pick the ones that led me to starting my own agency? Simple. I told you that I came to a crossroad where I didn't know what else to do. I had tried so many things and it wasn't working. My Instagram ads, my Facebook ad account was disabled. My Instagram was completely restricted. I could not do anything. So it was out of searching for what else can I do that I stumbled on YouTube ads. And I started by just wanting to help myself alone because I said I needed money. But because I started getting results and I thought that this thing can help other people, though, I shared it. When I shared it, people tried it and started getting results. I get my point. Before you know it, people start coming to me and say, okay, David, can you hear me run ads? I say, yes, pay 10K. Have you heard me run ads? Yes, pay 20K. From 10K, 20K, 50K. Then, can you hear me? I now went to buy, what's it called? I now went to buy, so I now started with ads, right? Now went to buy domain name, 7figureaffiliatecoach.com. So when people now come and say, I want to run ads, I ask you, do you have funnel? No. I can help you clone a funnel, but just pay me 10K. So ads plus 10 plus funnel, that's 20K, 30K sometimes. Are you getting my point? And that was what I started focusing on. I didn't carry I didn't carry everything on my head and say, I must learn everything at once. I just, what I used to solve my own problem, I shared it with people, and that opened business for me. And before you know it, I registered my business name, I called it a name and an agency, and we're flying. All right. And copywriting has always been a part of me because I love to write. And if you look at my copies, I like to personalize. I like to connect with people on a personal level. So a lot of it just came and helped me hone the skills. All right. Social media marketing, I had to learn that because I needed to drive traffic. Funnel building, I had to learn it because I saw it as a way to make money. I didn't carry everything on my head. So you just focus on the ones that is helping you solve your problem right now, that's giving you a muscle. If it's corporate, you're using it to, you're learning how to write, you're writing very well. Focus on it. Focus on your strength. You do not have to carry everything in your head. Focus on the ones that you're confident in, that you are naturally inclined to do. All right, it's easier for you to master it, to be there in that. And when you're trying starting from all over again, voiceover, I am still struggling with that because I don't know how to talk very slow. I want to talk and talk. But my point is, I could learn that. Okay, I could learn it. But I will not say, okay, I want to learn a voiceover and start a business with it. For crying out loud, where will I start from now? When I just, if I would rather give EJ, let EJ go and help me do it self. Do you understand? I'm focusing on my strength. My strengths are funnel building, copywriting, running of ads, social media marketing, you understand, SEM, and the rest of them. So I will say focus on your strength, and over time, if you have built mastery in those ones, you can now start to start others. Yeah, that's what I would
Absolutely,
say.
absolutely fantastic. Like that is so on point. Focus on your strength and start from there because there you're already confident. I can do this. And the
Yeah,
better you get
yeah,
at it, the more confident you get at it. You get, like you said, when you
yeah,
start, and start small. There's nothing wrong with starting small. There's nothing wrong with charging 5K as a start. See, if you're able
yeah.
to charge 10 people 5K and they're able to pay you conveniently, then you can add 2K after that and say, okay, the 11th person, sorry, my price have changed to 7K. You do again, 10 people are able to pay you 7K conveniently, you move it up to 10K. By that time, and when you are doing that, you are building confidence and you're not at the same point as well because you're also learning
Yeah,
to get better at that skill. And so when you are helping people, it shows because you are also growing. So as you grow,
yeah,
it shows in the delivery of your services or your products, right? So start small,
yeah.
start with what you have, start with your strength, what you are great at. See, sales is not my strength right now, yet. Let me put it there. It's not my strength yet, but I know I'm good at
Okay.
writing. I'm getting better at writing. I used to say I'm not a writer, but tell me to sit down and write. I can write a whole epistle or common WhatsApp broadcast. So now I'm coming to terms with it that I actually love to write and I'm a good writer. I have my style of writing. It might not be the same with every other person, but I have my style of writing.
Yeah,
And I like it. So
yeah,
I'm
and that's
getting,
all
so
that
I'm
matters.
committing, yeah, I'm committing to writing consistently so that I can get better at writing. So I know I can convince people by writing, right? That's one of the things I'm honing, the skills I'm, when it comes to sales itself, it's something that I'm eyeing from afar, like, God, you will help me. I must get this thing, though. But it's not my strength yet. And that's why I'm here. In the
Yeah,
last how many months, I've set up podcasts for different people and I'm teaching people how to do the same thing. This is my strength. Like, you wake me up and so, yeah, let's start another podcast now. I am ready to go. I have everything it takes, right? So this is my strength. This is where I'm sitting. And that's why when you're doing all the technical things back end, and I'll just be looking at you people, I'll be giving you moral support. I'm coming behind you. But this is where I shine through. And if you have
mm,
watched me before, seen me before, you're like, I wish I can talk like EJ. I wish I can stay in front of the camera like EJ. It's out of practice. And this is my strength. This is where I'm starting from. Okay. So whatever that is for you, start from there. Start from your strength. Start from what you know how to do well. And then grow from that point on. Thank you so much. Okay, so Eminent is asking that were you able to recover your Facebook and Instagram account? Says both of my accounts has been banned permanently. Instagram and Facebook, they don't have chills at all. I don't tire for those people. My IG
at
currently,
all.
I cannot I cannot post. I cannot post on my page, I cannot post on my story, but I can engage with my page. So I can comment on people's posts, I can like people's posts, I can do messaging, but I cannot post. Over 1 week now. I
Ah,
don't know what happened.
ah, you are restricted. That's why I was also restricted like a couple of weeks ago. All
But
right. So
why do they do that? What's the
Eminent,
restriction about?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Why do they do that?
Um, Sometimes when you engage too fast, like in my own case, I was, because on Mondays there's this, I do podding, I pod, right? And on Mondays I involve in comment podding. So you have to comment on every person's post in that podding group, and you also have to reply their messages, respond to their messages. So that day was crazy. I was replying back to back, commenting back to back. And once you do that, they will think you are a bot. They just restrict you. So I did all
I
the things I
did. The
could do.
funny
I uninstalled, installed it back, no way. I uninstalled, left it for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, installed, no way. I had to just leave it. I just go back, I think on Saturday or thereabout. But in Eminent's case, what I did was I had to create a fresh Facebook profile account. Oh no, the first thing I did was I unlinked all my accounts connected to my Instagram. The Facebook account that is connected to my Instagram, the ad account, I unlinked it. I signed out from all the from Chrome, from the app. I had to create a fresh Facebook profile account, created a fresh Facebook business account, created a fresh Facebook ad account, created a fresh Facebook page, and now linked it to my Instagram. So I now started to afresh. Instagram was not affected, just the ad account, but the Facebook was affected. So I had to abandon the old one I've been building for many years and started afresh, and it worked. It worked.
Hmm.
So if you
Hmm.
have to start afresh, don't be afraid to start afresh. There's no. I mean, you just learn some vital lessons. Damilola Fato Yimbo, is it Fato Yimbo or something? His account was
Yeah,
hacked.
Damlola. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it was hacked. I started over again, and he just started telling friends, and before you know it, he's back on the top. So
Yeah.
sometimes when that happens, like she said, when we're starting, you just have to pick yourself up and start over again. And it worked for me, and yeah, that's what I did.
Absolutely
That's
fantastic.
what I
All
did.
right. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you on the show today. And we look forward to Thank God. See the juice where village people know what make we talk.
That's what
They're
the
not
enemy was
rich.
trying to
They're
prevent.
not rich.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for availing your time to be here today. It's been a pleasure hosting you, and it's been a
Thank you
pleasure
for having me.
learning,
It was a fun
and
time.
yeah. So, guys, this is it. Thank you for being here today. We'll be back next week. I do not know. Probably next week we might be live again, or it will be pre-recorded that you can go watch it on the LEARNOFLIX TV, LAP TV. By then, our stream yard for LAP TV will be ready. So even if we have to do a live session, it will be on the LAP TV channel. But please, since you are here, subscribe to your girls' channel, okay? And let's be friends on here as well. Thank you so much for being here today. God bless you. I'll see you or you hear from us next week, whatever the case may be. Go and take massive action, okay? All right, bye everybody.
Bye.